Hi everybody, my name is Koen Tan and I'm very excited that I have here with me Ted Chong. He is a very cool guy, right? I mean, let me tell you something cool about him. Number one, he's a student. Okay, well, I mean, he looks young enough to be a student. I mean, younger than me anyway. But second thing is that he runs a couple of lucrative internet business. Ooh. And thirdly, he is a Dean's Lister. So I'm sure a lot of you guys at home right now must be thinking, wow, how did all these three come together? So that's what we're about to find out. So Ted, can you share with us, like, how do you actually juggle all these priorities that you have in your life and keep so many balls up in the air?
Wow. Koen, first of all, I think that the motivation of doing all these things is very important because, you know, as students, we want to maximize our time in university. I mean, we want to take part in as many activities as possible. Therefore, we need to have more time, and of which we actually commit lesser time to studying and have more time to do all these other activities. And that is why we need to have all these skills in which to manage our time and then to do a lot of things in university.
Well, I mean, we talk about having more time, but let's face it, every one of us has 24 hours a day, right? So the question I'm hearing you're saying is priority, right? So, I mean, how do you exactly prioritize and find out what motivates you?
First of all, I think because I started my internet businesses before I actually joined university, so my income stream from those internet businesses is what is very important for me, which is my priority. Therefore, when I joined university, I start searching for ways of which I can use lesser time to get better grades. And that is when I discover all these techniques that I've been following and has been working really well for me, that has enabled me to keep and then to expand my internet business as well as to have my grades being maintained as well. So yeah.
Use lesser time and get better grades. I do not know about you guys at home, but it just sounds too good to be true. So you're going to share with us a little bit more about that, I'm certain. But you know, look, when I was in school, I only have two things in my mind. Number one, I know you might be thinking just me, yeah, but number one is girls, okay, and number two is gaming, 2Gs. Right, so I mean, I'm sure you also have some of this, social life, right? Besides all this.
These are very important things in our life.
Yeah.
You have a life, right?
So how do you? So you're going to share with us some of these secrets. So guys, what Ted is going to do, right? Ted is actually going to be speaking. He's going to be speaking at this event on the 11th of September. He's going to be holding a talk where he's going to be sharing with you some of these tips and secrets of how he actually balance and juggle all of his various priorities in life. So here are the details. 11th September, LT24, 7 o'clock. Is that right? 7 o'clock? Yeah. So we start at 7 o'clock. So you want to be there. So folks at home, write this date down. Right? So Ted, tell us a little bit more about this workshop. Like, how did you actually come about giving this workshop? I mean, yeah, I mean, seriously, did your friends like ask you to do the workshop for them or what? I mean, can you share with us a little bit?
That was exactly how it started. You know, a group of my friends, they saw how many things that were all these things that were going on in my life, and I was able to do well in these various aspects. So they came and asked me, hey Ted, how do you actually did that? And that was when I say, I follow a couple of techniques and I'll be happy to share with you. But that would take a lecture for me to do so. Then they jokingly say, why don't you conduct a lecture then? I say, why not? A lot of people will benefit from it. So that was how the idea came about for this talk.
Oh, so now I know. Actually, your friend actually dared you to do a lecture, and you're actually taking up the dare from your friend.
Somewhat, I guess.
Well, I mean, Ted, you really come across as a real go-getter, somebody who's willing to put yourself out of the comfort zone. Like, how? It must be unnerving for you to speak in front of like a big audience, right? So, I mean, were you always so confident speaking in front of a big audience?
Definitely it's going to be a nervous endeavor for me because studying, let's admit it, studying is something that's very introspective, right? You spend your time alone, but as compared to public speaking, is going to be a challenge. But I think that for these techniques to be able to get out to a lot of people, that is essential thing that needs to be done. So I'll just embrace this challenge.
Fantastic, right? I mean, Ted, look, I mean, let's face it, studying is such a boring subject, right? I mean, the question is like, nobody actually wakes up in the morning and goes, wow, yeah, it's a fine new day and I wish I studied even more. But so how do you actually go about dealing with this topic in a way that makes sense and keeps you motivated to keep going?
You know what? Neither do I have this kind of mentality. I don't know what kind of sick person will have this mentality of, hey, I wake up and I feel like studying. Because nobody actually feel like studying. It's not.
Maybe some people do.
It's not the most exciting thing out there. We rather be having fun, playing games and all that kind of thing. But the thing is, if you follow all these techniques, you'll be able to spend lesser time in studying and have more time to do something else, which is, I think, very important for us. And therefore, coming back to Cohen's question, I think that in using these techniques and scoring well for exams, then we can have more time. So why not? I share it with others. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, it must be very generous of you to do such a sharing, because I mean, study is such a selfish endeavor, right? It's a personal endeavor. It's like there's this traditional bell curve thing where it's like if you do better than me, then it's like my grades will be affected because of the bell curve. So I mean, what actually really prompted you, besides the dare, what actually prompted you to want to really share this such wisdom with your peers?
First of all, I think that because, well, I'm going to graduate, if I do not do this, all these secrets, so to speak, will be following me to the working world, and then will not be followed anymore. And why not, instead of letting it go to waste, how about I just pass it on to my juniors in school, then they'll be able to benefit from it. I mean, I have benefited from advice of seniors as well, so I'll pay it forward, and hopefully they can learn something out of it and see changes in their life.
Fantastic. I mean, guys, folks at home, we go to lectures to actually learn from our professors, right? What they are doing is essentially giving us fish for us to do in our examinations and get good grades. But what Ted is doing is he's actually sharing with you how to fish, and fish more efficiently so that you can make the time work in your favor. So this is definitely, if I were you, I wish I had the chance to attend a workshop like that. So if I were you, watching this video right now, I would not hesitate to actually go down to this link over here and sign up. Sign up for the workshop. Remember, once again, the details are 11 September, 7 p.m. LT24 NTU. So sign up for this workshop right now if you're interested to find out more. Alright? So I mean, in the interest of time, I think a lot of our friends really are eagerly right now, I can see the eager faces right now, eagerly anticipating learning as much as possible from this workshop. Some of you guys really do enjoy studying as well. I mean, but the thing is, the question becomes how to translate and make your time work for you. So sign up for this workshop. Thank you. Once again, my name is Cohen, and thank you very much, Ted, for actually accepting our interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.